Welcome to Two Psychics. This is Michael Edley, evidential medium and mystic, discussing all things spiritual.
Hello, I'm Mary Amy of Two Psychics, an intuitive wisdom coach, tapping into your mystical life and sharing messages I receive about you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Two Psychics podcast. I'm Mary Amy, and I'm trying to figure this out here. We are coming to you live. I'm Mary Amy. I'm coming to you live from New York, and it is episode 91, and Michael Edley's popping in and out. I guess there's some heavy duty, wonky energy tonight. All right, so it's May 28th. I'm an intuitive wisdom coach. Michael's an evidential medium. And tonight we have Kelly Wagner, who's the editor. Oh, I just put him on, and then he was gone. Kelly Wagner, she is a psychic medium and the founder and editor of Edge magazine. I think he's there. Hi.
I think I'm here. I think I'm here in my office.
How are you? How are you?
My camera is. Can you hear me? My camera is doing crazy things.
Oh my goodness, Mike! Yeah. All the psychic readings you've been getting.
I don't. Yeah. So what may happen? I may have to bump out once Kelly comes on. I'm going to let you and Kelly run it for a little bit, and I'm going to probably have to jump on my phone because I just have some crazy stuff going on right now in my office. I don't know. Psychic energy. I'm not sure what's going on. But I think I'm going to have to switch off. I think I'm going to have to switch off this computer.
Okay, so you're going to come on a different way. That's fine.
I'm going to come on a different way. So you get center stage, Mary Amy. You can talk a little bit about what we'll be talking about. Let me get my phone set up, and I'm going to be jumping on my phone or a different computer.
Okay, everyone. So
bear with me.
I'll remove this. So everyone, hi. So I am someone who has many paranormal and supernatural experiences daily. For example, this week I'd gone to a Yankees game, and I'm not a big drinker, and I had a few. I guess I had one drink or two drinks, a martini. Hi everyone who's joining us. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Oh, who's this? What is happening? Well, right now it's just me, and I'm explaining some supernatural experiences that happened to me. And please write in the comments and like the video. And if you want a psychic reading tonight, reach out to me at maryamyintuitive@gmail.com, and we will give you a reading. We have Kelly Wagner joining us, and she is somewhere in the Midwest, and she's the founder and editor of Edge magazine. She's joining us in 15 minutes. So everyone, so I had this interesting experience. I came home after the Yankees game, and I went to, yes, you can have so email me right now, maryamyintuitive@gmail, and I will send you the link. Okay, Stream Cloudy. Anyway, and I came home and I thought I'm ready to go to sleep. So I laid down to go to sleep. And I had been kind of going through not a problem, but something that I was creatively trying to figure out. And for, I guess, a couple of days prior to this. And I've been praying to Archangel Michael. I don't know if anyone out there believes in angels. I do. Archangel Michael is the leader of the army of God, you could say. I believe in archangels. I believe in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel. And oh, hi. Hello, Emmy. Nice to meet you. I'm going to put the comments up so you guys can see your comments. Anyway, so this particular night, I went to go to sleep. And in the past, I've had light come in. So you close your eyes. And if you're someone who's spoken about angels or spirituality or connected to your psychic abilities, you might receive some kind of divine intervention. So I closed my eyes, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't open them. But what I saw was, I saw this, it looked like the sky and a million stars in it. And I felt all of this energy fill up my body. And I started to receive the information, the answer to my question about something creatively. And I got a whole scenario, and this went on for at least an hour. And I know in the past I've mentioned that I receive information, whether it's about something that's going to happen, a premonition, and that might be in my daily life. Like I might have panic attacks. If I have 4 panic attacks in a day, that means you better watch out. Something bad is about to happen. But on a whole, I might receive a premonition the night before or the day of before something's about to happen. And I listen to it. So do you listen to your intuition? I'm recommending that you do. And what does that mean? Your intuition is going to be an inner guide. It's a hunch. It's a feeling, a sense, a sensation about something that's going up. Here's Mike. Let's see if he's joining us. Hi, Mike.
Am I here? And
Yes.
am I going to cut out now that I'm on my phone is the question.
Yeah, but you
Modern
know what's so great is that your phone looks good now. Remember how you look?
I don't know.
Oh, well, okay. So let's
Thank
just
you
go.
for carrying the show, Mary. I
was just
appreciate
telling everybody about my experience this week with this supernatural experience, which I believe is related to, I've been doing a lot of praying to archangels. And it's funny because I've had a couple of people say to me, because I talk about it, they've been praying to archangels. All right, so before Kelly gets on, and we've already taken some time here, what is this? Jackie says, this is called, well, you know what, Jackie? Thank you so much for reminding me to put up a banner. I didn't put up a banner tonight. Here we go. Here we go. So here we go. This is who we are. Two Psychics Podcast, Michael Edley and Mary Amy. So tonight, our discussion before Kelly comes on is superpowers and abilities. What are superpowers and abilities? Well, they are something that's otherworldly, it's paranormal, it's supernatural, it can be related to psychic abilities. It could be shape-shifting. Shape-shifting is the ability to transform oneself through unnatural, supernatural means. In other words, I know all of you out there have heard stories of Dracula, of werewolves, of if you go to some of these superheroes, they change into another being, something larger. It might be shape-shifting into an animal or out of an animal. We grew up with stories when we were kids of the Prince and the Frog. That's shape-shifting. So do you have that ability? Can you shape-shift? And
now to put another spin on it. Now to put another spin on it with supernatural abilities, I'm gonna take this down a slightly different path and give you another perspective. Now, I think we do have to look at crazy supernatural abilities. Some people have the ability to shift the nature of their body. Like take, for example, like the Buddhist monks, and you see them on this like ice-ridden mountain in like these sub-zero temperatures, and they're able to drop their body temperature, their heartbeat down to these crazy levels to allow their body to experience these very adverse conditions with no harm to their health. So you have to think, if we're looking at supernatural, I want to shift this perspective in a little bit. And I think, like Mary, what you're talking about, like all these crazy things that potentially they say humans have had the ability to do, or we have the ability to do, or we have the ability to at least tap into. And I think we have to look at like the animal kingdom too,
we don't all have the same abilities, but we can have, each of us can have one superhuman trait.
Yeah. But now the other thing too is something that I don't think we look at as superhuman, but like a supernatural ability. But look at like the aspect of being able to create like art from your mind that you are divinely inspired to produce, you know what I mean? Or like a piece of music too. Things like that. I would link to the supernatural or like a supernatural ability. You know, we have these crazy, crazy things. Or think about the perceptions that we have that once we make a breakthrough, I think it allows other humans to see the possibilities. So I think that like supernatural, like the 5-minute mile, if we look back at, you know, old physical accomplishments that humans made, old breakthroughs, and we think about the time where everyone thought the 5-minute mile was impossible. It was impossible to get the human body up to that speed consistently to make a 5-minute mile. And then the first person in history did it and broke that 5-minute mile. And then I think it showed other people that, you know, maybe we have self-limiting beliefs and maybe we can all tap into some kind of supernatural power. And sometimes we just need an example. We just need to see it. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. I do believe we all have some kind of supernatural gift or ability that we can tap into. And some people know that from a very young age. But then I think other people, it may take life experiences and kind of navigating certain situations to find it. You know, think about that mom, that the baby is being crushed under a car. You know, a car rolls over and is crushing the baby, and the mom finds this superhuman strength that enables her to lift that vehicle, and they're able to pull the baby out. You know what I mean? So I think when we look at this, I don't necessarily want to look at all like the crazy abstract things like shape shifting, although those things are really, really cool. I want to like kind of shift our perception, and I want to look at things that potentially all humans have the ability to tap into. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I
Okay,
would
we
like
have
to
a
open this
comment. We have a
conversation.
comment. We're getting lots of comments. So we have a comment from No Zone. I know you're on your phone, so you can't see the comments. I'll read them.
Yeah.
No Zone, Go Zone. Energy streaming when dreaming can open channels of awareness which allow consciousness recall. Otherwise, you would not remember it. It's not too far out to be visionary. I like it. Thank you for sharing that. Nice.
Well, and so, and what I like, what that tunes me into thinking about when I hear that comment is I think we can all tap into something supernatural, but I think we all have to allow ourselves to believe we can. You know what I mean? It's like that belief system that we have to break through that barrier. And once we do that, then I think we can really shift in some amazing ways, you know, whether it's our psychic
I'm going to go back to some of the crazy stuff, Mike. So
crazy stuff.
Because you know what? What's going on right now is disclosure. We're going to find out that there's people out there that have been trained to do some of these things. Maybe
absolutely.
Invisibility cloak where they can cloak themselves. So precognition, that's not out there crazy. Clairvoyance, ESP, a psychic ability of seeing and knowing the future, which you and I have some of that. Immortality. There are gods out there that have archons, I think they're called, where they take over someone else's body and put their consciousness in the body. There's some movies
I'll even
about
throw
that.
like throw animal communication in there too, like animal communication.
Sure.
Trance heal, being able to trance healing and trance through healing energy. That's definitely a superpower, and it's been done through history. And we even look at even outside of what we'll call like a new age metaphysical movement, energy healing, laying of the hands has been present throughout all of our modern religions. You know, we've seen that, and then we that even predate religions into ancient cultures. So that's something we've seen unfold all throughout human time.
Okay, and time travel and the activity of traveling to the past or the future through mind, interstellar travel, and it's about raising your density up to a higher density. We're in third density, raising it up to 5, 6, 7, and time traveling.
What's interesting when you talk about time travel, this is how I want people to think about it, though, because some people might listen to this and go, they're just crazy. They've lost their minds on tonight's episode. But no, there's been documented proof of remote viewers. No, think about this. Think about government remote viewers that have been able to go back in time. They've been able to go back in time and see ancient views of Mars, and they believe that there's been like ancient civilizations. And then the interesting thing is you have Russia now coming out, or so you have Russia coming out talking about footage and documentation they have of ancient cultures that lived on Mars, and they're also saying they have technology that they pulled from the moon, or that they've somehow gotten, I don't know, like black market, or however this had happened. Is now my camera?
Yeah, it's on.
But yeah, so think about that too. So they've been able to remote view to time travel, to see time in the past or time in the present.
See,
I'm invisible.
You're shifting right now, so it wasn't all
I'm
that
state
crazy.
shifting, and I've gone to a transparent cellular structure. Oh man! All right, so
we got another comment. So this is from the same. This is from No Zone Go Zone. You're welcome. It's my belief that we all have states of awareness that can naturally enter. Sometimes it takes a discipline. Sometimes it takes a discipline or ritual or meditation. Other times it can appear as an emotion. Interesting. Yes. Very insightful of you. I like it. No Zone Go Zone. All right, moving on. Power mimicry. Power mimicry. I don't know if anyone out there's heard of that. And that's to mimic another and you're able to duplicate whatever they do in appearance. You can copy the looks of another person. You can imitate their voice and transform your body or the essence of their cells and bones and muscles. Wow, that's very interesting, isn't it? Then there's, of course, telepathy, which I love. Telepathy, which is you're sending a message to someone else. And more recently, I've acquired the ability where I can see my inner self, and my inner self gives me information, and I can talk to other people's inner self and have telepathy with spirits and otherworldly beings. Okay, everyone. Well, moving on, I just want to say we have this guest tonight, and she's going to be coming on in a minute. So I wanted to present her information about her. And who is she exactly? Her name is Kelly Wagner. Here, I'm going to put this up here. All right, so Kelly Wagner is a psychic medium and the editor of edgemagazine.net. You can see right there on the banner if you'd like to look her up. And she is the owner of Edge Magazine. I know she started this with her husband. And Edge Media Platform, which curiously explores the evolution of human consciousness and holistic living. She's a psychic medium. We have some readings tonight. And she's a Reiki practitioner, which is energy healing. She's a channeler. She works energetically with astral and other lifetimes. Are you interested in past lives? Now, I wonder if we can give readings through messages. We can try to do that tonight. She has gifts of after-death communication. She's able to assist with both past and present issues, whether it's energetic healing of their ancestry, current relationships, business, marketing strategy. She is known for asking out loud questions and most only think in the pursuit of truth. She dials in and sees the yellow brick road, and she shows the path. She has a radio show, and you can find her on YouTube. It's called, oh, we got another comment. Who's this? Doop-de-doo. I want to see the comments. Very exciting. Thanks, Brianna. It's called, her show, her podcast is called Being Curious. I hope everyone who's joining, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mary Amy. And she's on all the different, platforms if you want to see her. So she's going to be joining us any second. And anyone out there, how do you tap into your psychic abilities? You have abilities too. Now, when we are born, we are kind of crushed because they put us in these systems. And if you have an imagination or an imaginary friend, they tell you you don't. If you see a spirit, they tell you you don't. Up, let's see who this is. Is it Michael? Someone's popping on. And my suggestion to you would be to go into a quiet space. This is how you're going to tune into yourself, because when you receive information, you have to have stillness and quiet. And here he is, he's back. Hi, Mike. So what? Oh, come on. Okay, there you are. So I did.
So everything may be a little delayed because I'm on my other computer now. I'm going to be just bouncing back from computer to computer to my phone.
Okay.
So I may freeze up a little bit. So, but I'm here until I get this figured out.
And you know what?
What is going on with my electronic equipment?
Let's see. I just presented Kelly, and I spoke about her to give everyone a heads up. And I see she's in the green room, so she's arranging things. I want to remind everyone that we have this event at Pelham Rails, and it's June 10th. It's a Wednesday night. It's a psychic night dinner. So you can come and meet us live and get psychic readings and mediumship readings and a 3-course dinner for $65. And come to Pelham, New York. It will be so much fun. It's very exciting. It's going to
be a wonderful night, and you'll be able to see me in real time, not freezing up on video.
I think you're really time traveling, and that's another ability you have.
I might be. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with my electronic equipment, but whoo, if there's any tech geniuses out there that would like to come to New Jersey and help me get my tech situation sorted out,
her out right now.
I'd love for you to join me in my home studio.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi, beautiful ones. How are you?
What is up, Kelly?
I'm so glad to see you. How long has it been since we've seen you?
A month or so.
Yeah, it's got to be more than
it's been a little while. And don't mind my video, Kelly, if I have like really crazy, facial expressions.
You're glitching. You're in different dimensions. You're in different timelines.
my electronics. I feel like anything electronic I touch right now is just going haywire. So I'm gonna just roll with it, and you guys can hear me, but you may get frozen video. So I'll try not to make any really weird facial expressions or
we don't care.
My tongue out or
just be human. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. You guys have an event June 10th, and you're charging $65 for a meal and time with you. I mean, like, how is that not already sold out?
Well, it's getting there. I just put it on Eventbrite.
Hopefully soon.
We have actually a promoter now. So we have Gene D. Napoli, and he is actually an Elvis impersonator. And
does he marry people?
Pardon me?
Does he marry people?
I don't know. That's a good question. I can marry people. I think Michael probably can. We're ordained ministers.
Yes, we are ordained ministers.
So see if anyone wants to get married that night at your event.
Wouldn't that be funny?
So funny. I love that idea. I love that idea. So anyway, he contacted me and said, hey, I've decided I'm going to still do the Elvis thing, but I'm putting together acts. Like, you know what it is? It reminds me of that movie that it was like in the 80s, and you would go and you'd go to one of those down in Soho, and there'd be like a little stage, and the people would come up and they do like a magic trick, or they do something, and it wasn't always great. So I don't want to say that because we are great, but what I'm getting at is it feels like it's an old time thing, because I've been saying since last year, we're going to do a European tour, but now we found someone, or he found us, and he's going to put us in 14 different restaurants if this is successful. Oh, we have more comments. Michael assaulted me once, Rita says.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Well, that's a whole other show.
At least I think he looks familiar. What?
Did I? Okay. Well, it might be my doppelganger.
I think it's the bandana. That's it.
First of all, hey, seriously, I'm from New York, Rita. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't think Michael ever did anything. He is like a harmless human being. I know you must be joking.
It's my mental energy blast. It's my empathic energy blast.
Smile right now.
Shoot that out, and watch out.
All right. So anyway, I'm very excited about this event. It's at I went there the other day. I went there with KG. KG's not here tonight. He's at an event in the city. KG and I went and we met the owner, and she's so nice. And they just renovated it. And the day before, she had 100 and something people in for a party, 85. And I was like, okay, how many can you see? And she said,
just as a disclaimer, I feel like maybe that was a typo and it should be consulted. I'll just put that little variable in there. I feel like that's what Spirit shows me. So let's roll with that one. It was consulted. And Rita, can you confirm that for us? We would like confirmation on that.
Rita,
You're supposed to say
Rita,
consulted, right? Consulted the medium.
Tonight here. Well, we know that's not true. I don't know what that was. It might have just been a joke. She must be joking.
Yes.
So, all right, back to you, Kelly, because I want to hear what's new. I mean, what is going on? You have so many events you're doing. Any interesting stories you would like to tell us about your psychic travel?
Well, tell you about like the people that I've been interviewing this week. Like, oh my God. Well, okay. So new magazine's coming out. Don't have the cover. Well, I'm gonna share. New magazine's hitting the streets, edgemagazine.net. Check it out. Well, hold on. Do I have her book here? No, I don't. I already put it somewhere. So Dr. Gail McLeod, who flies spaceships, I got to interview her, and she is a planetary ambassador for ETs. So I'm going to be on her show this weekend. That was an amazing interview. And then I got to interview Antonio Harmon, who is a wizard who has wizard school. And she was an amazing interview, and she's offering for the Edge community and actually your community as well. And I'll put the information in the notes. Like her ability, she's like, her quote is, "We are gods with amnesia." Think about that for a second. You know how powerful that is? Yeah. And she has a wizard school, and she's offering level 1 to any of our friends. So I'll definitely pass that on. So if anyone's watching and they want to go to wizard school, who doesn't want to go to wizard school?
Tell me what that would be. What
we all want to be a wizard.
Is she a wizard?
Yes, she is.
So what is that when she's a wizard?
She does these crazy, she does this healing where she moves our blockages. Okay. And then energetically, she's on camera, shrinking tumors. And I mean, working with people with schizophrenia, I always say that wrong, and PTSD, AntonioHarmon.com, divineempowerment.com. She's just amazing. I got to interview her today. That was that's great. I highly recommend people check her out. And events, we're doing Minneapolis events, South Dakota events. We're doing inside, outside, everything in between, and having fun at the Edge.
Okay, what about this? Go back to the spaceship. This person, no, because I've been doing all this reading about all of that for my book, because I'm including a lot of that in my book. And
as you said.
Wait, go back. Who was it you interviewed for the spaceship?
Hey, her name's Dr. Gail McLeod. I highly recommend checking out. She has 2 books, one in development.
Okay, what's her name? Dr.
Gail McLeod. I'll actually hook you guys up so you can interview her and bring her on the show.
Okay, doctor. And so she is a doctor. She
flies with ETs, flies spaceships, planetary ambassador. So her latest job, let's just say, is she goes around to different planets and then reports, talks to them, and then reports back to the Galactic Federation on what they're doing. So, for example, she got to talk to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth brought her into the inner Earth and basically said the United States was going to be, in the next 10 years, really leading the charge on helping Earth. Then she got to talk to the owls. And the owls, oh my God, this is so cute. The owls were just leave us apartments. So they just thought, when you're clear cutting land, please just leave us trees so we can have little apartments. And then she spoke with the dolphins, and the dolphins weren't worried about the plastic, because they said, we're going to figure out a way on how to clean that up. But it's the fumes from the ships that is kind of gassing out the dolphins. And then the trees, she talked to the trees, and the trees were like, until you guys figure out all the fear and things that you're doing, you're not going to like connect with our frequency, but you will soon once you let that go. So, I mean, that's just like a mini micro chapter. And then she goes to all these different planets, and then she reports back to the Galactic Federation. And to get there, it's like in Atlantis, and you've got to like take a dolphin to a whale, and like you have to be invited, and it's crazy. But she goes and she flies around in spaceships, and she also does healing on a ship because she's an RN, she's a chiropractor. So
is she escorted? Is she escorted on the spaceship, or is it her spaceship?
She's escorted.
So
she
is it gray aliens? What kind of aliens are taking
all of the above? So she works with Grays, she works with the Reptilians, she works with the Pleiadians, she works with the Syrians, like all of them. She it's crazy.
All right, I need to talk to her.
You have to talk to her, like, right? Ask her about the babies that are born in Brazil and different. Okay, so if
hybrid children,
children.
We have a comment. Cheryl is in the studio for a reading. Okay. Hi, beautiful people. My name is Maria. I'm hoping, can I please ask for some insight regarding my path and energy right now? I'm open to, okay. So Maria, do we want to talk to, I think we need to, Maria, we can come back to you after we give you,
Marie, just hang tight because
Cheryl
is scheduled to have a reading with all of us.
We're going to give a reading too. So yes, Maria, we are there for you. We're just going to give a reading to Cheryl because she just tapped into Two Psychics podcast. All right, is everybody ready?
We're always ready. Let's go.
All right, hold on. Hello.
Oh, she's curious.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl. How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
Pleasure having you as part of Two Psychics podcast. Don't mind my camera. You're gonna be able to see Mary and Kelly fine, but for some reason, my psychic energy just seems to be throwing all my electronics out of whack tonight.
Okay.
So my voice is in real time. My camera is lagging behind dearly.
Okay.
But so,
hi, Cheryl, is it okay? What's your name, Cheryl? Oh wait, hi, Cheryl. What's your name, Cheryl? Is it okay?
Cheryl.
Yeah.
So Cheryl, we'll ask you to just give us your name slowly. It's going to help us fully connect to your energy. But first off, Cheryl, this is an energetic connection, so we will be connecting to your energy. This is about energy, frequency, and vibration. Do we have your permission to connect to your energy? That's myself, Mary, and Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Do you have a certain question or a certain dynamic that you may be navigating that you want us to tap into, or do you just want us to kind of start tapping into your energy, see what we're seeing, or like we can go either way with it, or we can give you a little bit of all of it, because all three of us are going to tap in and connect to your energy.
Okay. I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Who do the two of you want me to go first, since my camera's all frozen up, and then I could just sit back and listen?
Sure.
Or do one of you want to go?
Bring it out.
All right, Cheryl. So I'm going to start bringing some information through. I'll start bringing so the interesting thing, so when I start connecting to your energy, I mean, you're very connected. You're very like psychically tuned in now. I definitely feel like your energy is shifting from like almost like you're in decompression mode. I feel like that's kind of like a little bit of a journey that I sense. That's like a new journey unfolding for you. So the weird thing is, when I start fully connecting to your energy, give me your name, give me your first name one more time. I just want to fully hear your voice to fully connect into your energy.
Cheryl.
Okay. So what's interesting is, so Cheryl, as far as the month of September, like a September dynamic. So immediately, for some reason, I'm seeing September either as a critical date around you or an energy cycle opening in September. And an interesting thing is, I could definitely say mom's energy is the one that's talking to me about September. So mom's energy comes in, and the interesting thing with mom's energy in spirit,
What's really weird, I don't know why I'm seeing so she's showing me so this is weird, and I've never seen this. Is kind of a new thing for me. I don't know why I'm seeing the hammer. Was there an incident around you? But what's weird is this isn't a hammer. This is literally like a what am I seeing? It's okay. So this is funny. This is like Thor's hammer. This is like a Marvel thing. I don't think there's a Marvel thing connected to you, but there could be like a weird symbolism or a sign. I don't know if it like around Thor, the movie Thor, but I'm
Mhm.
literally seeing that hammer, and I'm seeing like all this Nordic like symbolism around you. So I don't know why I'm seeing that in your energy field. It's
Hmm.
really, really wild to me. So I don't know if there's
Yeah.
like old family lineage that could have like European connections that are coming through right now around mom's energy that I haven't seen, but that's weird. So let me ask you this: has there been an incident in the past like couple days or like week or so with a hammer? Is there anything weird or anything with like that character of like Thor or like a Thor hammer, like a toy hammer or something like that? I don't know why she's bringing my attention and awareness to that. It's weird, but I'm like she's very visual with me, and
Hmm.
she's showing me a lot of like symbolism.
No, I just know that the He-Man movie is coming out or came out,
Is
and
there
I thought
something about
that's
it, like where I would be seeing like like some like fantasy characters? Like, were you talking about that? Maybe I'm interpreting it a little bit
no.
wrong.
I was just saying to Chris that I thought I wonder if She-Ra is going to be in the movie, but that's about it.
Okay, as funny as this is, I don't know why I'm seeing like a Thor hammer. So I'm not sure. I could be confusing the information a tiny bit, but I think there might
Mm-hmm.
be like a weird incident or something might come up around a hammer. I don't feel like this is like a construction thing she's guiding me to around the house. I almost feel like something's going to happen. You're going to look for a sign or validation. And there's
Okay.
either going to be like a weird thing with like the character Thor and his hammer, or like a thunderbolt coming down and a hammer, or like something weird around a hammer. Like I don't know, like maybe you guys are going to
Yeah.
be doing a repair in the house, and like all of a sudden the hammer disappears. Interesting. So besides all that, I'm not sure, but I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't bring that up. So the interesting thing is, okay, so I don't know if there's an anniversary coming up soon around close friend. So Colleen's daughter. So friend Colleen that passed. So I have Colleen energy, younger energy, close friend that passed around you, and a connection to a
Mhm.
Colleen daughter. Is there an anniversary or a date or a connection that you're going to talk to Colleen's
Her
daughter? Like, why am I bringing that up? What is that?
her passing was in March, and her birthday was in September.
Cool. Okay. All right, interesting. Okay. So yeah, so okay. So I have to honor her energy being around you right now and kind of moving through this energetic cycle. And it's interesting because her energy is tied in with mom's energy a lot. So I
I can
almost feel
believe
like
it.
they're just supporting you through this. Like there's lots of new energy cycles opening around you. And I feel like this is like I'm on like a year journey right now. So pay attention to that. I feel like I'm also like it's interesting because the word that's coming to me around you, I'm like renewal. So I keep on seeing renewal. And what's interesting is I don't know why. So I feel like renewal energy, like a renewal of my life. Like so I'm regaining control, I'm regaining focus. I'm like
Mhm.
getting happier with where I'm going, my direction, and how it's unfolding, where I was a little uncertain about that. So I
Mhm.
think there's like some really good things that could unfold, and even with some transition that's still unfolding around you, around the family, I feel as if there's a little chaotic energy that unfolds between now and the end of the year, I wouldn't worry about that too much, because I almost feel like a lot of the powerful energetic cycles that are like long term or have long term connection,
Mhm.
prosperity around them, for some reason I'm seeing that early 27. I'm seeing more of that open like the
Mhm.
first quarter of
Yeah.
27. So I think there's going to be some transition, and there may be some redirection, or there could even
Mhm.
be like new career. I pick up new job, I like it, but there could be like a transition or change around that, where I get
Mhm.
another offer, or like another office opens and I can shift or have the opportunity to go like to another office and location. So I would just
Mhm.
definitely scrutinize that if that comes up. And I would really make sure that it's something you truly would want to do before you jump, even if it's more money, because I want to look at the big, so any kind of transition I'm making right now, I really want to look and scrutinize the people that I'm interacting with. So whether it would be the customers or clients that I'm working with, the patients, or like my associates too, like who my associations are. So I really want to focus on that. And I really want to focus on my energy being very aligned with those people. I mean, we don't have to love all our coworkers, but I just feel like from energy that you're transitioning out of, I really feel like I want to go into a really nice conducive environment. And even if the money is a little bit less, I'm okay with that, because my peace of mind and my health and everything that's going to transcend from that happiness and that balance is going to have way more profound prosperity effects as far as like health, as far as like your grounded energy around like not having anxiety or being pulled into like that type of energy. So I think you're on a good path. There's also, so I don't know why Bill, where is the name, like a Billy? Is there Billy or William around you?
My Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill's in spirit, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Uncle Bill's just dropping in, I think, kind of saying hi. This is really weird. Okay, so, and I'm gonna hand this off to either Kelly or Mary in a minute, but I just want to honor his energy. What's weird is, so you were talking about the He-Man movie. When I connect with his energy, so he's showing me some weird stuff from like the 70s and the 80s and weird comics. But so I have a couple pieces of like symbolism that come through. I don't know why he's showing me like Hulk Hogan. So I don't know if he's like he's reminding me of He-Man, but he's showing me Hulk Hogan and something weird with Hulk Hogan's like big mustache that he had. So I don't know if he liked Hulk Hogan. There was a Hulk Hogan connection, or he had a mustache like that, or there's something going to come up around you around Hulk Hogan. I was seeing
Tom Selleck mustache, which was
is
really
it like are you seeing that too? I don't know why I'm seeing like crazy mustache stuff. But did your Uncle Bill have like a weird mustache or a mustache
at one point? Yeah. He did at one point.
Oh,
he
that's
was very
funny.
proud of it, by the way.
He is.
It doesn't surprise me.
So, but Cheryl, I think just be patient in these energy cycles. I think you're moving forward in a good place. So if you are feeling unsettled or you're feeling like a little bit of disruption, just be patient through that. Be mindful of not stressing out over those things, because I feel like your health is also realigning. So I feel like there's going to be some realignments and some breakthroughs towards the end of the year around some, like health stuff. Okay. So I really feel like they imprint that on me. I feel like Uncle Bill, what's interesting about him, I don't know if there's like a new build or a new addition on like were you guys thinking about like adding a new area to like the pond, like outdoor pond or backyard, or do like a covered thing, or like is there like an expansion in the backyard oasis? He's bringing me to the backyard. So I don't know if there's something weird that just happened in your backyard by your pond. We got to do Gazebo, like pines or something around that, because I feel like you're going to have a weird experience. This is weird. Any weird birds? Any weird like ocean birds? Like a not seagulls, but like I don't know what you're showing me. Yeah,
or
like
heron. Yeah, no, not yet.
You haven't seen that, or something like that hasn't landed in your yard?
Not that I'm aware of.
Be aware of something like that happening, or I'm just going to say some kind of like sea type bird, because this isn't like a hawk coming down into your yard. I feel like there's going to be a weird situation with some type of like weird, like a crane or some more odd, unusual sea type bird in your backyard or around your pond. So be aware of something maybe coming down and trying to eat koi. Do you guys have like new koi or like a new stock pond or something in the backyard?
No, well, he just uncovered it, but we do have a shade sail over it to kind of hide them.
Okay, cool. So be aware of that, and just keep an eye on that. Like, should something mess with it or uncover it, that like something doesn't come and try to eat them. And I almost feel like it's I feel like you're going to get some kind of sign or experience, like you're asking for guidance around something. And there could be like a weird event around the pond, because they're bringing me to the pond. But this could also, the interesting thing is, I almost feel like I see your husband kind of sifting through it with a net or a skimmer or something. So there could be a weird incident where he's like in it and something happens where you guys are just pay attention to signs and synchronicities, or like who you're asking for guidance when that happens, because I feel like something will be answered around that. But
Okay.
I'm Cheryl, I'm going to leave you with that, with love and light.
Mhm.
And I don't know where Mary and Kelly are.
I'll
You're
go
going
next.
there? Okay.
I'll go next because I'm good. All right. Hi, Cheryl. I'm
Hi.
Mary. Nice to meet you. All right. So here we go. I'm just going to tell you what I received. I received something related to your sleeping dreams. And then later on, it connected with that your visual. I saw, this was interesting. I saw a snake rising up, and it was about drawing conclusions. Let's see. Oh, now I'm getting buzzing in my ear. There's a lot of mental images that came through for you. I received that you're very direct, and that you can see many aspects, and you work inside out, like you're the center, and then you work this way out, rather than that's just what I see. It's almost like you build outside of you.
Like I'm the hub.
What's that mean?
Like I'm the hub. We always joke, my husband and I, we say I'm the hub because I get people together. I get people, like every time we go somewhere, like I introduce people, I match make, like not on purpose though. I
Okay,
just
well,
think a
yeah,
lot of people.
you work outside like you're working
Mhm.
inside out, and you see many aspects. You're, like I said, you're very direct. I got like the symbolism of like the you in the circle, and then around you, and then also like you can see things just abstract. Okay, I got flowers rising up. Now I had seen a snake rising up, so then it was interesting. First I saw a snake, then I saw flowers, and the flowers were representing a new cycle. And then I got something behind you, a major situation you're leaving behind. There's a sticking point related to that, but you're letting it go and you're moving on. You feel very deeply, and when you're alone, you feel it's very difficult for you to connect to others. You feel alone. Like there's no one that can get what you get during these moments. And then what was so interesting is I saw a photography studio, like in the old days, they would go and they would develop photos in a dark room. So I saw you in the dark room working, and then you came out to the light. So you were stepping out of the darkness into the light, and I'm wondering if that's related to this sticking point, this thing that you're leaving behind, this new cycle. That's what I got. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting, Cheryl. Do you have any questions, past, present, or future?
I do have a question regarding my health. I'm in the process of kind of going back to a doctor that I really trusted, but I don't know if it's worth it because he's kind of far away.
You have to trust your gut. I mean, we talk about intuition here all the time. If you sense that it's right for you, because you have to have trust, right? A doctor is going to take care of your health, so you need to trust. And if it's far away, what's far away?
Rochelle Park.
Well, I don't know what that means time-wise.
Like a hour and a half, 2 hours.
So if it's your health, you should take care of your health. I think yes. That's
Okay.
my perspective.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You guys. I mean, hello. There's two other people here.
I mean, okay, wait. I get it. It's more than just the car ride. Tell me more, because it's like you're giving us a little crumble. Like, you have a very direct question. Like, what is like an hour and a half drive? I mean, come on. You can get stuck in traffic going 2 miles away. I mean, that's not a problem. Is it money? Is it
It's time off of work. Yeah, it's a time off of work. I just started a new job a month ago.
So wouldn't your employer want you to be well?
Employers, to me, I only see greed. I don't think they would give a crap about their employees. So I'm going to go with a no on that.
So for your health, taking PTO time or even unpaid,
Mhm.
if you feel this doctor is is someone that you trust, I mean, look, you could go to someone down the street and you're gonna waste time and money and energy going to someone that you're gonna be like, what? But then if this person
Right.
that you trust and they communicate well and they take your insurance, right? It's an hour and a half. Just think about that. I mean, I'm just
Mhm.
throwing that out there.
Mhm.
Is
You have to put yourself first, and also, I mean, I don't like to make generalizations about anything. It's case to case basis personally, but you can put it out there and say, tell them. I mean, if it's a new job, you can say, I need to see this doctor, and if
Right.
they are give you a hard time, then that's not good karma for them.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think you should put yourself first, because people are not having your life experience. You should take care of yourself first. Go to the doctor.
I do have a doctor currently, and he's close, but now he is not in my insurance because I switched jobs. So, I mean, and then somebody was telling me that it's just going to cost a lot of money if I keep seeing him. So, just
So what's interesting, sir, I'm going to chime back in, even with my frozen screen and my weird facial expressions, and then we'll let Kelly jump back in. So what's interesting to me, okay, I'm just going to give you some, like, when we're talking about this, and I'm just focusing on the energy of your voice.
Mhm.
What's weird is I feel like I have a couple positive connections. I feel like since I have connections to some of your loved ones in spirit, I almost feel like they're imprinting a little information around this to me. I just have to ask about two names. So what's weird is there like a Daniel around this, like the doctor's office, the doctor itself, like where you're going? Is there like a significance of like a D initial, or like a Daniel, a Danny, a Daniel? And is there also like I don't know why, like a BAU name, or a road, or like a bow, or a Bowman, or a Bauman Center, or like a bow, like, I don't know why. Is there like a DB, and is there like significance like a DB initial?
Nothing. No, my
Okay,
primary
I just
care
want you to
is the
okay, so
donor.
I just want you to keep in mind, or be aware of potentially male energy, positive connection to a D or a Daniel name. I feel like I feel like they're showing me that as a positive connection for you when we talk around your health or health journey. So there could be some insight and guidance around like a D connection or a D name. And like, for an example, okay, you have an opportunity to go see Dr. Jim or Dr. Dan. This is where they could potentially give me a name or insight and guidance of something that hasn't happened yet. I feel like I have positive energy around that, but I also want to say like a like a a like a BAU name, like a weird name, like a Bo, like a weird BE, like a Beaufort. There could be a weird B name that's like a not, like, I'm not talking about like Billy Bobby. This
Right.
isn't like a standard name. I feel like I have a really weird abstract name that's like a BEU, a BAU that they're talking about that could be around your health. So now, what I'm also going to say around this before I hand it off to Kelly is I almost feel like I'm scrutinizing like a really alternative, kind of cutting edge treatment, but I'm really concerned about either now or taking sections or segmenting like my organ, like gallbladder,
Mhm.
or like what are they talking about? What are you going in there for? Like, what is it?
My pancreas. I get the
Okay,
stents changed
pancreas,
every month.
gallbladder. Okay. There's no gallbladder, right? There's no
No.
gallbladder. Okay. So no, okay, so we're seeing the pancreas. I just want to be really overly critical and scrutinize if they want to remove it or resection it, because I just feel as if now this doctor, he's like really special, like specialized in this.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about how is it a different treatment where they're cutting out part of the
They
pancreas, or they're
wanted
like
to do
resectioning
that.
it?
They wanted to do that, and then there's a name for it. It's very long, but they wanted to do that, and but I got diagnosed with diabetes, so they couldn't do it after I
Like
got
because of like
diagnosed.
the clotting and stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it's like the
seeing that
liver
as
was going
not
to
like
take
I'm
over.
seeing that as negative. So I'm just telling you. So I would be very hesitant as far as like removal cutting. What is the treatment? Is there like are they gonna? So I don't know why I'm like seeing something being shot into it. So I don't know if this is like an injection or they're giving you like a drip or something, and we're trying to like cleanse it or we're trying to like
Well,
somehow heal it.
he
Or,
did say I might have gastroparesis since my last stent changed. So that would include like a what do you call it? Like a pacemaker for your stomach to digest food.
okay.
So that's, or there are shots you can get, like
Mhm.
a plexus
So
block, and there's a whole bunch of different things.
So I would just say this too, and what's really interesting. So I'm going to talk about just the energy perception around like your coworkers, your work environment, and it's interesting because I feel like your mom's talking about this. Is
Mhm.
in this moment, this is I almost feel like this is a test for the work environment, and if it's really conducive overall to your well-being. And I feel like mom talks about if you're meant to be there, they're going to be okay with it, and they're going to they're going to understand, or they're going to at least be like, okay, because you're like new, you're just here, we're in training, there may be a little give and take around it, but I don't
Mhm.
feel like it should be this real dramatic thing that you feel bad about asking. And if you do, I would say then really look at the energy of the situation around that job environment. And
Right.
I'm just telling you, this isn't me. This is literally, I feel like mom's imprinting this on me.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll hand this off to Kelly, and let's see what's coming to Kelly around this.
Well, it's really, really interesting. Well, okay, so do you have the opportunity to get an HSA,
I'm not sure what that is.
health savings account?
Oh, yes. Well, not until open enrollment, but yes.
Okay, get it. Just highly recommend it. Not only for the tax reasons, but gives you flexibility to put cash in. It's tax deductible, and then you can go see anyone you want to. So just please know that during that. I also want to encourage you to explore Western medicine and Eastern medicine. There's a lot of different things that you can, and that HSA will pay for all of it. Okay. Another thing that I'll go with this, and then I'll tell you what I grabbed with the metaphysical anatomy book. And I could read that for you, but we won't. Okay. So here's what I got when you first came in. Sadness. You're very curious. I feel there was some bullying going on early on in life in your younger years. You're very empathic. You're like, yay, I'm empathic. And it's almost like it's I don't want to say a badge of honor, but you're very empathic. And in that, we need some spiritual sovereignty with you, and to protect yourself and to stop carrying everybody's shit is basically what I got. You take too much on of other people's stuff. And I got the like slapping your hand, like stop it. You're used to being right, but then also you're kind of one of the person that like in the back of the room that you're like, hi, and you have the answer, but you don't always get called on, and it gets very frustrating. And people that are different, or they might be in a different line, or they might be ahead of you, or they might be next to you, or they might know the teacher or whatever, they get into the front of the line and you don't. And you like to be in control, and you don't like to be vulnerable because you think that vulnerable is a sign of weakness. Okay. Here's the thing about pancreas problems. According to the metaphysical anatomy, it said, see, alcoholism, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, inflammation, jaundice, and gallstones. You often feel conquered or defeated. Hard efforts were not praised or appreciated. This made you feel rejected and triggered an old rejection trauma from childhood. This pattern that began in your childhood is still being repeated in your adult life. Your need for love may never have been met in a fulfilling way, so you're always searching for more love. You seem to feel a great emptiness, almost like a void that has no end. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it goes in, but this is a really fascinating book, and it's how to deal with the energetics. So what I would invite you to also do, because you are very tapped in, as our two gifted friends said, is that what is the energetic or the spiritual thing going on with your pancreas? A little bit anger, like gotta let that go. That's tied with the gallbladder and liver also. What chakra is the pancreas in? I'm going total woo on you, but here's the deal. That with dis-ease is
Mhm.
it's from gas to liquid to solid. And this goes back to Antonio Harmon that I interviewed today. And it's the thoughts. So what thoughts are going on that can manifest into liquid and to solid? Again, none of your doctors are going to talk about this.
Of course.
This is really, 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 really powerful. There's just some anger you got to let go. And it's not easy just to go, you have anger, let it go. No. That's a lot of work. Keep doing the work that you're doing, but you have a lot going on. And I really think that harmonizes with what our two other friends have said. But there's a lot. I everybody on this. I think it's like a $50 book. This is a ride or die, and it's called the Metaphysics Anatomy, and it's how to deal with anything that's physically happening, how to work on it when it's the gas and the liquid before it becomes the solid. But then also a lot of emotional. You're carrying a lot of emotions stuff as well. Also with a new job. And I mean, basically what you said with your response when I asked about what your boss feels, it's like letting that go. And yeah, Brenna, my employer forgot me the day after I left for health reasons. I mean, oh my God, you just want to we give so much to our employers, so much. And then we get shit on. I mean, I get it. So I'm going to go back to get an HSA and follow your gut. And also look at the emotional aspect of what's going on here. Because there's you're showing me layers after layers after layers after layers of it. That's just a short read.
So I think the basic synopsis overall to what I would say we're all picking up on is obviously there's a lot of energetic cycles that I feel like that we're finalizing, that you've been navigating, and you're on like the tail end of a lot of that. And there's also a lot of new energetic cycles. So you're kind of in that in-between stage in a sense. So I would just be very patient navigating forward and be very mindful and present of like what you're experiencing, in the moment, because I feel like it could be really easy for you to get focused on the past or the future, and it really tune into that intuitive guidance that you have. You absolutely have. I think through this, I feel like in the energy, if you can just quiet it down a little bit, even just breathing, a little bit of breath work, I feel like that's going to tune you in before you go into any energy transition. So right before you go into work, I feel like I want to do a little bit of breath work before I go into that energy transition, right in the car before you get in, maybe before you even start your day, start working with a little bit of breath work to ground and balance your energy. And I think that's going to start you off just being observant and more present to the energy you're feeling. Because I feel like you're so caught up in your head right now that you're not allowing the energy to process. And in doing so, you're feeling very caught up in it. And I feel like it's making you feel very limited of like what your options are, where I do feel like you have way more options. Like on it, so I'm just going to tell you, this is funny when I connect, like your mom is like, she's like piss and vinegar. Cause like literally I just heard in my mind, like she doesn't really have to worry about the job because she can move on to the job and find another one. So it's not like you're hurting, if you lose this job, like everything is going to go under and like life is going to be completely disrupted. So I feel like at least around your energy, you're somewhat stable, that I do feel like you have the ability, if you have to just say, hey, screw off to that situation and move on from it. Maybe your husband's going to have a nervous breakdown if that happens, and he'll have to get over it or get through that. But I do believe the energy I sense around this and the energy from mom, I want you to kind of tap into her energy and like that piss and vinegar of like, I'm going to kind of do it on my terms or I'm not going to do it. And that's literally what I feel like she's imprinting on me.
Cheryl, what do you do?
Powerful energy.
Medical receptionist.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you're dealing with all kinds of crazy energy, and it's not just the energy of like being in the office environment around medical conditions, people that are navigating medical stuff are obviously dealing with lots of chaotic energy. You know what I mean? So you have to
You're not
prepare
seeing everybody at
yourself
their
for that.
best. Like, who wants to be at the doctor's office? I mean,
Yeah.
even when you're delivering a baby, you don't want to be there. Like, right?
It's
So
funny because I work for an OB.
Oh, how funny is that, Kelly? Picking
the
up on
front
that.
line, the front line. You are the front line. Like,
And
Yeah.
I volunteer at an animal shelter on Sundays, and this crazy woman came in the other day, and she got very angry because of the process we had to adopt. Then she actually came into the office that I work at, and I'm like, please don't recognize me, please don't. And she did not, but she came in twice already, and she doesn't have an appointment until the end of June or something. And I'm like, why is she following me around?
That's funny. There might be some synchronicity there or some
That's what
sign
I know.
around
I'm
that.
thinking,
You know, you might want to
yeah,
revisit that a little bit.
I'm
Yeah, there
taking
could be
note.
something there.
I want
you
to
know,
say one more thing. I want
Go
to
for
say
it.
one more thing. So, what I realized, a couple of things is that you're very, what I'm getting is you're very separated. Based on what I received from you, is I got a very much feeling. So you're internalize a lot, but then there's a lot of separation with you compartmentalizing. So you're thinking of what you think you're supposed to be doing. You
Mhm.
have what you're feeling.
Right.
And you have your personality. So there has to be more of alignment with you so that it's all going in the right direction, which is you're coming first. So your thoughts and your feeling and what you think you're supposed to do all have to be in alignment. So you can't be fighting with yourself all the time. And sometimes that shows up in our health.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come from a place more of trusting yourself, tuning into yourself, saying, what do I want? Forget about what's going on out here, what you think you're supposed to be doing. I have to put myself first, and I have to let go of some stuff. Now, I said that you're in a new cycle because you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because something you have to let go of that you're not letting go of so that you can get healthier, so that you can connect more to yourself. And I know you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you have to trust yourself more. And I think a lot of what Kelly and Michael are both saying is exactly what I'm saying, which is more or less tuning into yourself, tuning into yourself. And that's spiritual, and that's trust, and that's handing over power. It's about, like, I don't know if it's about not being wrong or right or whatever it is, but I don't know if you're spiritual, Cheryl. Maybe it's going to be in prayer. Maybe it's going to be you find it in nature, source, whatever it is. You tune into that and you get more answers to whatever. You don't want to look outside of yourself for answers about you, right?
Right.
So, like, we have an auric field around us, and everything, things that come into us, like all these different electromagnetic waves, all of these different energies, like you said. So you're dealing with people. You said, what is it? Is it some kind of doctor, OBGYN? Is that what it is? What kind of doctor do you work for?
Yeah, OBGYN.
Okay, so that's kind of good because that's new life, right? But then you can also get people that are having health issues because you can get people in their later years.
Exactly.
Now, the thing is, you have the positivity of OBGYN, so that's babies. You have animals, but are you also dealing with animals that are sick and animals that are up for adoption? And I don't know what that is. So it's a lot of different energies. And then here you are. And that, how are you going to grow when you have all this conflict, a lot of conflict around you? So you're going to have to separate yourself from that. And I want you to visually see where you want to go. Now, maybe it's someplace you want to take a trip to. Maybe it's a healthier you. Maybe it's you're going to journal all this, Cheryl. You're going to get a piece of paper tonight and you're going to start writing down and let go of some of this stuff that you're carrying around. So the new cycle comes in because you have to take away some of this stuff.
Sounds
Shower.
A lot
Gonna
to
tell
process
you,
there.
showers are
It's a lot,
fantastic.
but good.
I just started working with Minneapolis Animal Control Center and volunteering. We had adopted a dog from the pound and
Okay.
dealing with the shelter. And oh my God, Mazzy Star. We named her Mazzy Star.
I
know.
love it.
Well, like, right? Seriously, what now that I'm working with the board and what they're telling me, what goes on in the shelter on Monday morning and the sadness and all that stuff, like you can't carry it. Okay. You can at the OB, you can't carry it. I don't know if you want, I actually put the notes. Shungite is a powerful crystal.
Okay.
I have it in my bra, so I'm not going to take it out on camera and show. But I have shungite. Like, right? It's a black stone. There's another shungite, like, right? Rose quartz could be one for love and just kind of reminding that. Do you have to wear scrubs?
Yes.
Okay, great. You can find a pocket, like, right? Put it in your bra.
Yeah.
Put it in your bra, like, right? Remember that. And then also when you're at the shelter, don't carry any of that home with you. Even if you just like go like this. I shower 4 times a day if I could. Like 3 is a pretty average day for me. Like, right? So don't carry it. So when like even with your scrubs, you don't have to do this. It's not COVID. But even if you just take your scrubs off in the garage or before, like right when you, and then shower, like, and like
Exactly.
transition from day to night and allow that and don't carry that home. Oh, when I sold medical equipment, my husband would be like, okay, you stay in the garage until you're ready to come home and be a mom and a wife and like come home into our sacred space.
Exactly.
So some of those things will really, really, really help you. I promise.
Thank you. Well, thanks for all the insights.
Thank you for joining
Not
us.
that we didn't want to overwhelm you with information. Unfortunately, when you get Mary Kelly and myself together, sometimes that's what will happen in a good way.
It's all good. No, it's all good. It was great.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on, being a part of Two Psychics podcast.
Anytime.
And you can always go back and re-listen to this too, because it might be good to just kind of sit with things.
Yeah.
If something resonated with you, just sit with that energy and see how it unfolds. But one thing I would just say is, give yourself grace to be present and move through this slowly and do it on your terms. That's the big thing, is do this on your terms. And if the situation isn't unfolding in the way you feel it should be, then do what you need to do to move on from that, in the best possible way.
Oh,
Did we lose Cheryl? Okay. So Cheryl, again, thank you. And anyone out there listening, we thank you so much for joining us. We thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to give some, right?
We're not leaving. I got to read these.
No, not leaving. But I just want to thank, first off, for that segment. We're going to thank Cheryl.
Commercial. He's doing a mid-show commercial.
Oh, is that what he's doing? All right. Yeah, that was nice. Actually, it was so interesting because I saw her in these different little clippets, these little stories. And then it continued. Okay. So we had my employer forgot me the day after I left for the health reasons. Take care of yourself. Something made you want to see the doctor, listen to yourself. Not that anyone asked my opinion. I feel like it's important that I read messages. Faith Hayes said, hello. Well, hello, Faith. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And then Suzanne, we love Suzanne, says, great advice. My healing process was tuning into my best self and pray for this beautiful life before starting my day.
What a great community you guys have coming in and calling in. Like, amazing.
Well, and we appreciate you putting some time aside to be here with us, Kelly, because it's always interesting when we can connect all of our energy. It's amazing things happen. and the energy is very powerful. So obviously for me, it's like everything's been magnified and everything is just freezing up. And
dude, I love the bandana. I like seeing you as your younger self and causing trouble. And I have so many questions.
Younger self. What's a younger self like? I want to see.
So this is funny. So this is gonna. So I'll give you a little bit of a tidbit. I'm working on doing some new like trance channeling, and I have a couple projects that I'm working on, like for my own internal growth. These are like I'm pushing the bounds of a few things. And I was doing some new forms of meditation, and I was doing this. I was practicing almost like this outer body type of meditation. And I'll share this at a later date. I'll share a little bit of what I'm doing. And it's some of the stuff that I was doing in the lab with Yale, trying to open and expand certain frequencies and certain channels in the mind to link up to what they would say would be like your higher self, like almost linking up and connecting to other energetic cycles and patterns that could simultaneously be connecting with this. It's kind of a form of string theory, if anyone's familiar with string theory and quantum physics, but they feel we can tap into an alternative version of what we're navigating in this lifetime. So there may be, in this life, I'm a medium and this is my path, and music was a very powerful focal point. But there could be another life, where I'm an architect, and maybe my creativity took me on this journey in this path to create buildings or draw or design. And it's interesting. They say we can tap into these other paths, these other strings, these other parallel strings or somewhat intertwined strings, and get different versions that we can bring back into this energetic cycle. And it's really interesting because they're saying like the military had experimented with this and worked on aspects of this since like the 40s and the 50s. So it's something that kind of popped up, and it's something that that intrigued me. So yeah, so I'm kind of in like the physical yogi, ready to go off grid and do some crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to find a way to channel and connect with potential parallel energetic cycles that I may be in an alternate reality.
With your
to
blue
kind of
bandana,
sum it up. Everyone's gonna go, Mike has lost his freaking mind.
How many versions there are of you? So we'll get into this week that I'm writing my book, and I'm talking, and I did all this research, which I did in the past in 2020, all about clones and how far they've come with clones, and are there many versions of us, because they only need a little bit of DNA to make a clone, an identical version of you. So are there 20 of these of you? There's that movie The Island. Are there 100 versions of Kelly, 100 versions of Michael? And then they can just have a clone and then take consciousness and put it in the clone. And then I also this week was reading about the manual for remote viewing, which I'm unintentionally doing remote viewing. So I said, I might as well see how they professionally do remote viewing, which is where you don't know the target and you don't get the information about the target near anyone, because then you can, or tell anyone, because then you can receive thoughts from them, which will tell you information if you truly want to remote view. Okay, we also have some comments here. Bailey and Nora, hello. Edge Magazine said, hello, Bailey. What else? We have Faith Hayes sending more messages. A lot of comments here tonight.
What are your thoughts on celebrities and clones? Or am I dipping our toes into something a little naughty?
No, it's not naughty. It's very common now. People are talking about this all the time. What is my perception? I mean, look, at this point, anything is possible. Everyone's going to be woken up to what's really going on. And I'm not surprised at all. No, I think it's totally, anything's possible.
I'm just going to say one name. I'm going to say one name, Jim Carrey.
What is it? What are we talking about? This person keeps saying that. What are we talking about? What do you think
we're talking about? Are they? We're going off on a two psychics tangent down a rabbit hole, and have celebrities or political figures or well-known publicized humans, have they been cloned and replaced, for maybe a underlying agenda to shift and change humanity? And I don't know. There's some really bizarre stuff out there that we've seen, and especially in the last like few years, since 2020, we've seen some really crazy shifts.
I want to know how much happened during COVID, and then I'm also hearing that people are just like, I just went and had plastic surgery. What a great cover up. Oh, I just went and had plastic surgery. And then I've also heard about the Ozempic and the I forget, whatever. And like, oh my God, like we should have a show of just going down crazy ass rabbit holes. Because
yeah, but it's not that crazy because
I know.
The part that people are in denial about. And it's also related to when people come to you and ask questions, they're not trusting what they're seeing and sensing. Everyone knows the truth. The fact that we're talking about it means that's what's going on. It's all fake.
I adore you.
Everything's all fake. So if we're not even.
So that means, Kelly, we are taking you on some wild rabbit holes in future episodes.
I'm ready to go. I'll show up at the restaurant and do some of your adventures. Jim Carrey.
Okay, we have a couple of comments.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, this is deep. I love white women. Someone wrote. Hi.
I'm glad they love white women. I love white women too.
Yeah, so sci-fi is not sci-fi. Conspiracy theories is not. It's all real. It's true. It's stuff that's going on. You interviewed someone's spaceships. I'm listening to the guy who created the spaceships today, interviewing whistleblowers. It's like, hello, there's not much digging you have to do. It's all out there. And that's how they can do it. Because then it's, if we are watching it and seeing it, then they're showing it to us. So they do, it's not a cover up. There's no cover up here.
Have you guys
I
discovered
feel I have 23 spirits call me crazy, LOL. I mean, I was reading on Daily Mail yesterday how 23andMe, they were going through to find DNA for extraterrestrials. Like, what extraterrestrial do you think that you have DNA from, Kelly? Do you know?
Oh, actually, I was just talking to Gail and Eliana, the Star Traveler, on it, and I am a hybrid.
Okay. Well, we're
So let's
probably
talk about that. So Gail thought I had.
hybrid?
It was interesting. Gail picked up on a little bit of gray, a little bit of reptilian, like a drop, and then Syrian, Arturian, and Palladian. And then I was talking to Eliana, the Star Traveler, which I'll connect you with. You'd love to be on her show. She's barely human, like barely human in all the right ways. And she said Palladian, Arturian, and something Syrian. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
So you're a mutt of ETs?
Well, all those ETs. And then I'm a Petri dish baby, which was cool. So basically, like, a little group of them got together and were like, let's play and let's have a little Kelly. So they put me in a little Petri dish and they mixed it all up like this. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So were you from a farm on another planet?
Yup. And then I was able to have free will to choose my parents.
Are you sure that there was no, so you're telling me no one was mating all these?
So you're a very diverse
elements of all these
creature.
Well, there must be a little bit of this and that.
Are you a lab baby or you
created?
mated?
I was lab created. Now I'm assuming Jim and Kitty, my parents, were like actively having fun.
Okay, wait a second. Let's recap here. Did you ever have an UFO or an extraterrestrial experience yourself?
So here's the fun part: is about 2 months ago, I was sleeping, and I like woke up in the middle of the night and I looked over and there were two grays, and I was like, I can't swear on here, can I?
You can,
well, whatever.
You should.
I looked over and I was like, who the flip are you? And I kind of looked over and I was like, huh? And then I saw one of their hands go like that. And I just fell back asleep. So I'm talking to Gail and she checked in on it because I was like, of course you get someone that flies spaceships and you're like, okay, so I had this dream. And she's like, oh no, my love, this was not a dream. Right. So then they like that. And then,
it was real.
They took me up in a spaceship and they worked on my gut because our guts are going to have to elevate for the new Earth and like what's going on. And it was really funny. It was like, well, why they were working on my gut? Could they work on my heart and my lungs and my liver and my bad knee? And I mean, could they work on like everything? Like, don't just work on my gut and send me home. And then they sent me home. So she actually told me that if they come in and visit me again, that I need, or like before I go to bed, be like, you know, not tonight, kind of thing. But that's my only.
Okay, so wait a second, Kelly.
Yeah.
You seem like you don't seem traumatized from this.
No.
Okay, so you're not traumatized. So I'm going to make some suggestions.
Yeah.
You know, the doctor, what's her face? Dr. Gail.
Gail.
Okay.
Gail McLeod.
Okay, so you were not traumatized. So it was a pleasant experience, is what you're saying.
It was a neutral experience.
Okay, so did you have any visitations when you were a child? Who recommended you for them to find you? Because someone recommended you. You don't, they just don't come out of nowhere. Did you never had an ET experience?
Not that I can recollect.
Okay, when did this happen?
A couple months ago.
Okay. Did you have anyone on the show related to extraterrestrials or someone that would have connected you?
I had Gail on afterwards, not beforehand.
Interesting. Because you can talk to them, so you receive information like psychically. You just received information from Cheryl. When they come, because you obviously were awake when it happened, correct? Was it paralysis?
Probably. I remember looking over and then seeing them and then just a hand going up and going like that, and then I was asleep.
Because you can talk to them and they can telepathically talk to them and tell them what you want. So if you're like not joking and you want them to do things like your knee or whatever, you can say, can you help me and heal my knee?
So
or you can say, don't come back tonight, but that doesn't mean they're going to listen to you.
Or take me off this planet.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was a dream. I'll be straight up. I thought it was a dream because it was just so neutral, and it was so, I don't want to say matter of fact, because I remember the next morning waking up and telling my husband, like, hey, like this happened. And he's like, I don't remember anything. So
he's not going to remember. He's not going to remember.
So how would they find me?
They would find you by someone recommended them, or you hit their
radar
frequency.
Okay.
So because you're operating on a similar frequency. So you are a higher frequency. I'm a higher frequency. So is Michael. They come to me. And more recently, I telepathically talking to them, whereas before I didn't know how to do it. Now I do. And then they're, like I had a tall white. It looks very like almond-shaped eyes. And it's funny that you brought this up, because when you were here, I said, wait, what ET is she? Is she a hybrid? So they have eyes that are like these. He had these almond-shaped eyes, and he came in and went like this. And then I started telepathically talking to him, and he went, oh, and then he ran away, like, because he was surprised that I could communicate with him. But you probably can communicate with them too.
Okay, so I'm a knower. I'm not a seer, but I have been noticing spaceships a lot lately. Like they're everywhere. Like they're
okay. So that's why. That's why they came to you. So you're seeing them.
I'm so I don't want to say new to this, because I have a feeling that, oh wait, Fred came to me when I was little. Thank you for bringing that up. Like Fred came to me when I was little. Okay, yeah. Well, I had a friend named Fred. But I thought he was my imaginary friend, but I don't think he was my imaginary friend. And I now have a bird that comes to me all the time in my backyard that's named Fred. So yeah, I'm sure this has been going on, but it's not that I'm traumatized. I've had very, very peaceful, whatever
good.
They've been doing,
so
they've been doing me right.
They're benevolent extraterrestrials then. Yes. So these grays are good ones. They're trying to help you. We have a couple of comments. I have no idea
we've gone down a rabbit hole.
What? I don't get what's going on with me. I just know I'm different. Faith Hayes says this. I feel my species hasn't been discovered yet. LOL. There's thousands of species.
Yeah. And I think not truly knowing who you are is the awakening of the journey. You know, if you're feeling a little unsettled or trying to discover who you are, I always feel like that's your soul's calling, inviting you onto, you know, a new adventure. And I think it's something you should embrace. You know, I feel when we're in our comfort zone, we're not embracing that true high vibration energetic connection that our soul wants us to have, you know. And I think that's the problem of what we're seeing unfold right now around us. I think a lot of people have got caught up in situation, circumstances, and a life that they kind of feel lost in. So if your soul is, you know, there's like a burning desire to try something different or go outside your comfort zone, you're going to feel fear around that. But I think you have to transcend that fear and challenge yourself. So whoever made that comment, I think you're probably in a really cool space to challenge and kind of awaken whatever's going on.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Kelly, would you be open to coming, speaking to me on my channel, the other channel, Mary Amy channel?
Sure.
Maybe we can, yeah.
You can be bouncing all around.
Well, it's and well, okay, I forgot because with the magazine I get to talk to all these people. I think it was Dr. No, it might have been Ileana said that we're all stardust. And that is really, really cool that like we're all stardust.
Yeah,
if you think
we're
about
all
it,
stardust,
that,
and
like that's amazing, right?
we're all connected, right? Yeah, it's beautiful when you look at it that way.
I'm like, oh yeah, of course we're stardust. And we're just this is so much fun. So they were so Dr. Gale was also talking about like disclosure day and how the timeline kind of keeps shifting. I'm just like, okay, here we go. Like, what do you think that like when I was talking to Ileana, she was like, for us to be able to do this as a society and a planet, it's got to be like these baby steps. Like, I think people think that there's going to be like a spaceship that's going to land on the White House lawn and they're going to come out and they're going to be like, hi. But it's like, that's not it at all. It's going to be like these baby steps. And it's just saying that like they've been here and I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to be done. Like this.
Well, you know, there's some conspiracy groups talking about the WWE ring that they're building on the White House lawn, you know, is covering up some other ulterior secret things that are going underneath the White House. You know, they're saying there's some complexes being built and that's a distraction. So you can't hear it, or it's covering up some noise and some other things going on.
Have you ever been to the Denver airport? That is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mary Amy, you have a bunch of galactics that are behind you right now.
I'm sure I do.
You're like, hello, friend.
What do they look like? Because I could tell you. There's a blue one named Erica.
There's a white one. There's a gray one. There's one that's just energy. So it's just like it's like a vapor or like a ghost. Like there's a purple one. You know, it's interesting. I went to Mount Shasta for a retreat. I hosted it, and I do my meditation in the morning, and I bring in my guides, and then all of a sudden I'm in Mount Shasta, and like blue ones showed up, and I'm like, so they made the Star of David around me in my in my check-in in the morning. So I went to a local, and I was like, who are the blue guys here? And they're like, those are the Talosians. Like, come on, like. How do you not know about them? Because they were like, hello, old friend, welcome back. And I'm like, okay, let's rock. And they haven't left me yet. Like, so I have the blue ones around me now.
Yeah, you're protected. The blue ones will protect you. That's why you're seeing the spaceships. Mujin, remember, Michael, remember Mujin?
Yes, Mujin was a very interesting character, for sure.
He sees them. He just sets up a tent and starts healing people. He has the blue ones. He talks about the blue beings, and he'll start speaking, go outside, and then spaceships will come all around him. And then he was posting, and I'm just gonna mouth it. So he was doing lives, and then they took them all down, and then they won't let him do them anymore because he literally was videotaping it going on. So the underground tunnels, yes, there's underground tunnels and under mountains, and they're And when you said, are they a spaceship is going to land, they're already here. So there's benevolent ones and benevolent ones.
Sure.
And
just like humans.
Yeah. But it's going to come out who has the power and who puts us in all these systems and enslavement. And that is what the disclosure is going to be. It's not necessarily going to be where we're going to be like seeing a spaceship. It's going to be more or less the shapeshifters are not going to be able to shapeshift anymore, and they're going to be outed. And we are needing to be told the truth, because other countries have advanced technology. And how do they have spaceships? Well, that's anti-gravity, and that there's 0-point energy, and there's ether that's being used, and energy that we don't need to have, like go to a gas station. That's a long time ago. That's the 1950s. They've had this technology since the 1950s, but they're choosing to make us have to pay $6 for a tank of gas or a gallon of gas. Right? So if
when we have 0-point technology that the whole world should be running on free energy, but unfortunately,
so
everything is manipulated, controlled, and utilized for profit.
Will you still be doing?
We're having people that are a little frustrated that we've gone on this tangent and we're not doing.
Well, I want to see if somebody wants.
What happened to the readings? No more readings. Oh no. Kelly, we're keeping you on till midnight.
Nobody contacted me for the reading, so I don't know what to tell you. I gave you my email. Are you still gonna? Oh, that person that wanted the reading. Do we want to?
We had someone early on. So you know what? Can you flip? Is there any way to get back to that comment, or the person that commented earlier and we started?
The person that commented further, drop it and say that you're still here. Then we'll.
Say that you're still here. Let us know. Give us that question or a specific question around that. We'll tune into it real quick.
Who wanted the reading? Hi, beautiful people. This person, Maria, are you still here? It says, hi, beautiful people. Oh, well, that's nice. I am hoping I can please ask for some insight regarding my path and energy right now. I am open to any insights from you or guides, please. I am a new sub. What does that mean, sub? Let's see if she's still here. Because
a new sub to Two Psychics. Well, thank you for subbing. Thank you for following Two Psychics podcast. Come on, Mary. Get with the lingo.
I know. I'm totally really interested, wondering if I should give up. So wait.
Well, this is.
But you guys are speaking a lot of truth.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that is what that's what this show is about, right? We are speaking truth and the reality.
Yeah, the person is still here. Mar T111. Is that what it is? Or Mel?
T8P MARFEL 111.
Her name's Maria. Maria is still here. Hi, Maria. Okay, Maria, we can give you a reading.
Maria, give us the question in the chat, and we'll try to just key in on your energy. If
my real name is Maria. She's giving her real name. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get down to all of them. Thank you. My real name. Oh, we don't need a real name. Just Maria.
Yeah, we don't need. We could just focus on the energy that we're feeling around that question.
Maria. Hi, Maria. All right, let's see if we can tune into Maria.
And what was the question, Mary? What did she have? Was there an actual question?
The question was, no, Maria just wants some insight. She said,
just kind of tuning into potential supernatural abilities.
It's going to help a lot, especially since you're.
Question? Maria Angel. Oh, well, Maria Angel. It's a nice name. Okay, so there's no question, just her name.
Okay, so Maria, if you're still on, if you're hearing this, pop your question into the chat. We will tune into that. Otherwise, I think an ongoing connecting question that we've had from several people, I think, is just asking, how do I tune into my abilities, or what could potentially be my supernatural ability, or, this psychic energy? And what I always tell everybody is, we're all born intuitive. We're all born with that.
Here it is. Sorry, I just don't know how to word asking my path, energy field. What is it of interest? I am open to learning from you guys. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So my path and energy field.
So let me premise this. I'll premise this by saying we are all energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything in this realm connects us through energy, frequency, and vibration. We're all natural, intuitive empaths. So upon that natural ability and energy, that divine energetic connection we all have, and again, like Kelly spoke about earlier, we're all stardust. We're all connected. We all come from that essence. We build upon that our psychic abilities. Then from that, we build our mediumship abilities, our trance channeling, all these other things that we start tapping into. But it all starts with energy and being aware of our own energy first. So that, I think we tend to overthink it, but I would say just be present and mindful to your own body, your own energy. You can do a body scan, look up like the chakra system, look at those energetic points in the body, start to focus on them, see what comes to you intuitively in your mind. Are you picking up on anything? Are you getting anything visual? Does anything come to you? Do you feel certain ones are blocked? But it's very simple stuff that you can do with like breath work and just being aware and paying attention and tuning into your energy. So that would be my first suggestion. I think maybe we can all go through and maybe each give a suggestion or a tip, but I would say just be present and mindful to the energy that you're putting out there, that you're releasing into the world, and the energy that you're absorbing. So mindfulness of energy, the first moment you wake up, think about the energy of your body, your energetic connection, and your breath. And that will center you, that will ground you, and that will bring your awareness first thing to your energy. You tap into that, and it's a continual process that we keep getting back to.
Okay, so I see, like, I'm tuning into you and I see a huge field. So when you're saying an energy field, I don't know if you realize that you can extend your own energy field. And when you can clear your own energy field. You don't need someone else to come in and heal you. You can actually, you in the chat, you mentioned energy field. So this energy field exists 12 inches from our bodies, circling us, and it's below us. There's it's below our feet and it's above us, and you can actually extend it and clear it. And how do you do that? Well, you can actually either close your eyes or open your eyes. I don't know if you've connected to your clairvoyance, your third eye, but if it's easier, you can close your eyes, whatever makes sense for you. So you're going to, if you want to do this outside, inside, whatever, you want to visualize all the space all around you. This is my suggestion. Space all around you as far as you can see. So to the horizon, in front of you, beside you, next to you, behind you, below you. And you want to visualize it all light. All light. So you're clearing away any darkness, and you're clearing as far as you can see. You're extending it. And you want to maybe you want to have an intention when you're doing this. So you're saying something to yourself, like you can speak it in your mind. Hey, or I would like to clear all of any negativity that's in my energy field, and I'm sending it away. And you're going to visualize it to be all white. All light, white light. And then you might want to put something in that field, something positive, like from here on in, or something like, I want only goodness to surround me, or whatever it is that you want. And I'm not saying a possession, I'm saying a quality, an element. Like, I really want only good things to happen to me, good luck. I would like to have more grace in my life, more forgiveness, whatever it is. But you can start by visualizing light all around you and asking for it to be clear and positive. That's what I would say.
And just like what comes to me when you're talking about that Mary, is thoughts become things. So I think that's something everyone could be mindful of, is our thoughts, our energy. That energy can transmit throughout our body. So be mindful that thoughts become things, the basis of manifesting. Obviously, manifesting goes much deeper than that, but yeah, be very mindful of your thoughts and the thoughts you're putting out there. That is energy. Now, Kelly, to kind of, so we're not keeping you here all night, but we can cover a couple questions. I know you probably have a lot of insight and guidance around that, but I'm being drawn into a question here about someone talking about what happens when someone crosses over or struggling with the loss of a loved one here.
Is this the Neela Z? I was just about to raise my hand and go like, okay, you guys, here's what I get. So As a psychic medium, and that's just like I'm an intuitive girl of the world. Neela Z lost her friend around a year ago and still struggling with it every day. Stop it. Okay. Like, stop it. And by the way, I had a private session today, and the person had 5 friends that committed suicide. So I've had a really hard day when it comes to that. And I'm gonna share this. What happens in the afterlife? I'm always worried about whether he's in a better place. Yes, he came home. Like, right? They most of the time when I check in, they're worried about us. they're like, oh, you're still in the science experiment going on. Like, right? So please, 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 please. The thing that you want is them for to cross over. And I'm sure Mary, Amy, and Michael can help a little bit with more of that insight. Gosh, we could do a show on crossing over. But seriously, that is so every 100%, every single time that I've checked in with someone, they're more worried about us because they're like, they've gone home. So it's interesting when I get asked to do a check-in with someone that is at end of life. I see it in different ways. I'm a picture girl. How Mary's going to receive it and how Michael's going to receive it are totally different ways, but I'm a picture girl. So what I see is in the different phases. Okay. I see a red carpet, which is really kind of interesting. And everybody's dressed up like they're on the first class of the Titanic. I don't know why it's the first class of the flipping Titanic, but the first class of the Titanic. And they're milling around. Okay. So the closer they are to their transition, they go from red carpet milling around. And then all of a sudden they line up as they get closer. And then all of a sudden the people on the Titanic look at me. So when I do a check-in on someone as they're in end of life, if I see that they're the red carpet and the lights are on and they're milling around, I'm like, I know it's close. But if they're all at the carpet, then I know it's really close. And then if they're flipped around and they're looking at me, it's really close. So they're throwing a party. They're coming home. They've had their science experiment in life on here on the planet Earth, and they're coming home to their friends and family, and they're throwing parties and not our way of parties, kind of their way of parties. And it is beautiful. The suicides that we were talking about today, my client was like, I would feel horrible if my friend committed suicide. And I looked at her and I was like, I do too. Like, so on the human level, I'm like, oh my God, I do too. But then I was like, what if it's in their contract? What if their soul wanted to experience that? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But before judging, what if that's something that they came down to experience? And I just leave that with a question mark. I'm not saying it with anything, but with a question mark. And she went, never thought of it that way. So that's my little Kelly for the moment. Okay,
yeah, I think
now.
Yeah, well, I think as a medium, I think the biggest thing we can convey to anyone that's experienced deep loss, even in our own loss, is we just have to be patient with ourselves and understand that everyone goes through it differently, and there's like no wrong or there's no right or wrong way to experience it. But when we can start working through the grief, we can start feeling the grief and the pain, because most often what happens is we experience it, we're in that trauma state, and then we want to numb it, so then we're going to go to, alcohol or food or sex or, whatever it may be. We want to numb that. And I can tell you that's the worst thing you can do when you're experiencing the trauma and the pain, regardless of what it is, because you have to feel it and you have to experience it to allow your soul to process it and move through it to how it's going to transform. If we're stuck in it, we're never going to allow that energy to potentially transform and uplift us, rather than it to cause like this debilitating, like depressive energy. So it's a matter of trying to transform it and understand that everyone connects in a different way, but we all have the ability to connect to our loved ones. And we all possess this divine connection, but like anything, it's a process that we have to learn, we have to experience, we have to practice. And the more we do it, the more we start to understand and connect in that energetic way. So it's a process that has to unfold. It's definitely going to be small steps. And we have to understand that when they're connecting to us, a lot of times it's very subtle. And the energy that connects will seem almost as if it's our own thought. It could feel like it's our own voice. It could feel, very, it can almost feel very like our own energy, but it's different and it's not ours initially. So that's something we have to understand is it's not going to be like this crazy, version of transparent mom jumping out like we would see in a movie and, screaming and jumping down and throwing, some kind of energy slime on us and I'm here. Granted, could something like that happen or could someone experience that? Maybe, but usually it's a very subtle thing. And then I also want to say in our dreamlike state, if we're navigating really deep debilitating grief and in our waking moments the body can't process it because we're in that analytical mind, in our sleep state, that's all it's almost in a, I would say it's a subdominant energy cycle that then the subconscious and our energetic soul can transcend that. And it can basically connect to our loved ones when in the waking moments we're not experiencing that. So a dreamlike state absolutely can be your loved one connecting to you. And I would say the more vivid it is and the more details that you feel like are kind of occurring while you're in that, more likely you're truly experiencing a soul-to-soul connection. So it's a process. And don't beat yourself up over it if you feel like you're not connecting or you feel like you're in grief too long, because it's a very, very personal journey that we each have to go through. And we each have to find our own way to process and transition that grief into something positive that can uplift us. And they want to help us in that process.
Beautifully said, Michael. Beautifully said.
So it's funny because I've never really focused on what the afterlife is. I had this near-death experience, which I had some more insight about that this week. But what I just realized, what my perception is that this experience that we're having here as humans, alive as we think, or so we think that we're alive, this physical reality, this conversation is an experience. And then the experience of passing over or when we leave this is another experience that unless you're there, you probably won't ever understand it or know. And we can't know. And it's maybe it's another realm, another dimension. It's something else, but it's not anything like this. This is something else. That's another experience. But what I do know is, this part I do know is that we are connected with that experience. And how are we connected? We're connected through our energy. Maybe it's because we say someone's name from our past, and then they hear us, and then they come and they poke us, and then they say, go see Michael, or somehow they find someone that will give that information because they don't have access to it. So I know that we are connected because we're connected through energy. We're connected through our vibration, So I said, what is that afterlife or that other place, that other environment, that other experience? To me, what I sense, but this is me, and maybe it's like Kelly only had, or Kelly's not only, but Kelly's had these experiences with extraterrestrials and they're neutral. So that's her experience. So for me, because I had this near-death experience, my experience passing over where part of me left and went there and saw this rushing energy spinning and outlines of angels is safe, continuous. It's a learning place. It's quiet. And you start to understand other parts of other experiences. Like I believe when you cross over this other place or dimension, they see us and then they understand more of this experience, if that makes any sense.
I think that We have
Flipping
gone on a
brilliant.
topic roller
Yes, yes,
coaster
yes,
ride.
yes, yes, yes.
I don't know. That's what I'm getting.
I love what you're getting. We are a flippin' science experiment, if you think about it.
We're
Like,
getting
right?
a lot of questions. People
I
like,
know.
when are you coming back on, Kelly? Because we have a lot of, hi, Mary Amy, Michael, and Kelly. Might I ask about a difficult connection I have with someone named Rob? Is there any guidance about this? There's a lot of people wanting, all right, we need to just have a show with the chat.
It's just good. Yeah, we're just gonna take questions from
Three
our
of
chat.
us work really
Because
well
now we're at
together. Like,
9:35. Now we're at 9:35.
I don't know. Like, I apologize. I don't watch all your shows, but I do watch some of them. We get going. Even like, it's fun.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna come back to this another day because we're at 2 hours here. So
That was
maybe-
already 2 hours. Wow.
I
Well,
know. I feel like we're like 15 minutes in and we're just getting going.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm just going to say, if you would like to reach Kelly, edgemagazine.net, Michael Edley. No, it's not Michael. It's iofthespirits.com, MaryAmyOfficial.com.
You can find it at michaeledley.com though too. It will take you to the same spot.
MichaelEdley.com. So we
And
have.
I'm gonna come out to one of your special events.
Will you come out here? You can come stay in my very small home. So Michael and I are getting together June 10th. Next week, we don't have a guest right now. I haven't focused on that. Next guest is Jennifer Rose, June 11th. Debbie, who I have to introduce you to, who's an ET contact, July 9th. So I'll get somebody for next week. But is there any parting words you'd like to say before we sign off tonight?
Be excellent to yourself and others.
Like this? Be excellent.
Like, right? And question everything. Be curious. And check out edgemagazine.net. And oh my God, you guys, this is such a great podcast. I love you guys. I love what you're doing. I love who calls in. You guys are amazing. And I'm honored to be here.
You're
Thank
amazing.
you so much for being
You're
here.
beautiful.
We appreciate you, Kelly. We really appreciate the energy you
Michael,
bring.
I love the blue bandana. I have to
And
say, like,
I feel like we could just like talk for hours, you know, and I feel like it almost like stirs that energy up in all of our listeners too. And I feel like we have more questions and more people like taking us down these crazy rabbit holes when you're on than any other time. So I don't know. I mean, we might have to make this like a regular, like every couple weeks thing that
So if you want to come back
jump in and deep dive.
or early July, because June's, I don't know how June's going to go.
June's
With
gonna
this
be great.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But my parting words. So it's interesting, and I find as a medium or like just doing this energy work, we're the eternal student, and I think when we connect to spirit, we can always get some kind of insight and guidance, even if we're the channel and we're the one bringing the messages through. I do believe we hear things as the medium that we can take and utilize in our own life, and I think part of our process is like embracing that and learning each day as we're doing readings. And I'll just share one of the most beautiful things I heard that came through in a reading from spirit. And I think this is something we can all take to heart is let life be your work and not allow work to be your life. So this is what I want to say. I know we got a lot of questions that pull people into work transitions or their work or, but that's what I think about that. Think about life being your work, and try to embrace things that fuel your soul. Even if you can't do it all the time, try to find those little spots here and there throughout your week, throughout your day, throughout the hour, whatever it may be, that invigorates your soul. Let life be your work, not work be your life. And if you feel like work is your life and you're trying to change that, tune into the energy. The energy will guide you forward. But yeah, that's a beautiful message that came through, and I just wanted to share that with everyone.
I love it. Thank you very much. I like that. Is that your next book?
It might be a book. Since I don't have a book, it might be maybe the start of a book.
Right. Well, aces to everyone, and I'm really grateful that
Thank
everyone
you.
joined us here for episode 91. It's May 28th. I want everyone to have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back again next Thursday at the same time, 7:30.
And again, a
Okay,
huge
everybody.
thank you to Kelly Wagner, publisher of Edge Magazine.
Thank you,
She's got
Kelly.
a whole gambit of titles and responsibilities. And so we're just going to say Kelly Wagner, the amazing entrepreneur. And we thank you for joining us. And I look forward to the next time we are together. This has been a pleasure.
Talk
I
to you
hope
guys soon.
everyone-
Thank you for.
But we have another one. You guys rock. Cindy.
Come on, like thanks, Cynthia. That's
And anyone
awesome.
out there, you rock too, and you rock even more if you like and follow Two Psychics Podcast.
Okay.
And if you like what you hear, share this and let people know about us, because that's
Do
how.
another plug for your June 10th event, because that needs to be sold out.
Yeah.
June
Pelham
10th.
Rails, Pelham, New York. We have an
Pelham.
evening
Just
of
Pelham.
messages.
Pelham.
Pelham, the
Pelham,
Pelham
New York.
Rails in the
That's
village
Pelham
of Pelham, New York.
A
And
three-course
it's going to be
dinner.
a phenomenal night.
Cash
June
bar.
10th.
Tax included. No,
Yes.
tax is not included. I don't know. All right,
You get to
everyone.
come hang out with us and you get food. And if you're one of the first 50 people, Mary's going to give you a free crystal.
I
thought you were going to say something else, so I'm really glad that it was a crystal.
I still have to give.
This
you know,
is
I
a
have note-
PG show.
I have a note.
No, we're
that's on-
R for reality, right? We're rated
my
R
God.
for reality.
It says Ken's Kelly.
We
I
show
still haven't
people a
done that
different
like a
reality
year
that
ago,
they need
Kelly.
to see.
A year ago. But you know what? Maybe in person. Come in person, Kelly. Come this summer.
Yeah.
Come to New York.
Let's talk after the show. Let's
All
figure it
right.
out.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.